the first topic of the evening is Gervonta Tank Davis is found guilty. This
Oof.
is brought to you by the Boxing Scene. It was published literally February 16th, and it states the following: Gervonta Davis pleaded guilty Thursday morning in a Baltimore courtroom to 4 counts stemming from his hit and run accident in November 2020 in his hometown. The Baltimore Sun reported on its website that Davis will be sentenced on May 5th. Cinco de Mayo.
Oof.
Davis is still expected to face his rival Ryan Garcia in a pay-per-view showdown on April 15th, which, fortunately enough, Ryan Garcia's team said that they've signed everything and that everything's a green light on their end. And they're just waiting on Tank Davis. So that's a good thing. But on to the really bad thing, though. Davis was supposed to stand trial Thursday on a numerous misdemeanor motor vehicle charges related to the above mentioned hit and run crash. He waived his right to a trial and pleaded guilty to 4 charges: leaving the scene of an accident involving bodily injury, failure to locate and notify an owner of unattended property damage, driving with a revoked license, and failure to stop at a red light. So, according to an investigation into the 2 car accident, Davis drove his Lamborghini through a red light and collided with the side of a 2004 Toyota Solara in the early morning hours of November 5th, 2020. The driver of the Toyota and 3 passengers suffered cuts, bruises, and other injuries that required them to be transported to a nearby hospital. Davis helped an unidentified woman out of the passenger seat of his SUV, but he left the scene of the accident before authorities arrived. Whoa, that's not good.
Oh,
An attorney of Davis, an attorney for Davis and prosecutors offered a plea agreement to Baltimore City Circuit Judge Melissa Pinn in September, which would have required Davis to serve 60 days of unsupervised home confinement.
home confinement.
It's unsupervised, so he
Unsupervised
can just leave.
home confinement.
Finn rejected the plea deal and instead ordered a trial, largely because of the testimony from Jair Smith, the woman who drove the Toyota that Davis' car struck. Smith has sued Davis because she said she suffered a serious knee injury in the accident that has left her incapable of playing with her children and working without interruption, even after she underwent extensive physical therapy. Smith has also stated that Davis didn't offer her or any of her 3 passengers assistance before he left the scene. Damn.
Dude, that is so fucking bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Um,
Yeah, but the
excuse my
question
French.
is, what do you think about this, man? Like, what is this? What kind of effect will this have on Davis, on his fight with Ryan, and what will it have on his future?
Oh, I mean, can you imagine if that was anyone else with like a worse lawyer or a less famous person? They'd be getting like jail time or a large amount of money.
Yeah, this is
Um,
straight jail time.
yeah, like so Tank must have a really good lawyer, and I
Hmm.
hope he has one, and I hope they're making the right moves because this is potentially career ending, and we can talk about that later. But um,
Oh, we could talk about that now. This is
oh yeah,
the
sure. I
time.
mean, yeah, let's do that. What do you call? Um, this is like the potential jail sentence time for this is 5 years. Is that correct? Like it's up to 5 years.
Yeah, so this is under the Maryland Transportation Code, subsection 27 to 113. It says leaving the scene of an accident resulting in a serious bodily injury is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $5,000.
Oh, that's just, for something like that, you would have expected a little bit more than 5,000.
Yeah, but I think what they're gonna do is what they usually do is they tack things on, keep adding things onto it.
Oh.
So he pleaded guilty for 4 charges.
Oh.
So yeah, so again, right here it says 4 charges: leaving the scene of an accident involving a bodily injury. So that's 5 years. Failure to
Oh.
locate and notify an owner of unintended property damage. That, depending on what that might be some time, or it could be a monetary amount. Driving with a revoked license. That's a no no. That could be also again time and maybe a fine. And failure to stop at a red light, that is a fine. Right? So they add things. So right, straight up, it seems pretty bad, but
Dude, that's 5 years away from boxing.
at the very minimum, that's still time away from boxing. So
Yeah, I mean, 5 years may not sound like a lot for Tank, seeing as how he's, you know,
he's 28, right?
yeah, he's relatively young, but by the
Yeah.
time he gets out, it's gonna take a while to get back to where he was and the mentality that he needs.
Oh yeah,
Or I don't know. Oh
absolutely.
man,
That is a good amount of time, and consider. Oh, he is 28. I got it right, but yeah, that's a good amount of time too. And in addition to that, eh, especially at his age, 28, he's entering his quote unquote prime, right? Because
hmm
between 28 to 31 is the prime age for any athlete actually. And Tank Davis is entering that prime, but with this on his head, like his lawyers better be like, we'll pay on a ridiculous amount of money, no jail time. If I was his lawyers.
exactly because any like I mean, look what happened to. Not saying it's just the jail time, but look what happened to Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like after he went to jail, his career just kind of like dipped a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how long he spent in jail, but
Oh yeah, and any like look at T.J. Dillashaw, even though he wasn't he didn't go to jail, he was banned from the sport for a significant period of time, and that period of
yeah,
time has caused him some losses already.
and an arm,
Yeah, no, no.
and an arm. I mean, like apparently he's been dealing with that for months, but like, damn, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't fix it in all that time.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
the
years.
one upside to this is Ryan Garcia is going to get knocked out, right? But the thing is, this is still pretty bad, and like the long term effect of this to Tank's career is pretty bad because um hopefully hopefully they could like he could you know pay recompense to the person he hit, man,
hmm
because if a knee injury is not something that just goes away.
No,
I,
that's life. That's life.
yeah,
Forever almost. If you don't take care of it.
yeah. I have a coworker who he sprained, he tore his ACL and he didn't allow it to heal properly,
hmm
and like he walks with a limp, and he's around my age, so
Oh yeah.
for life. And again, considering he hit another car with a Lamborghini, and
Oh.
that's pretty.
Oh.
I don't know how fast he was going, what the impact is, but from the testimony of uh, Jair Smith, she suffered a serious knee injury that has made her incapable of working without interruption. So
Oof.
whether that might be an over exaggeration or anything, but
I feel like that's like lawyer jargon.
yeah, it's more
You know what
like
I
she's
mean?
like, yeah, he got hit in the knee, so you gotta pay big bucks.
Like they play around with the syntax and
Yeah, so
create a bigger impact. Yeah.
I think yeah he'll me personally from my perspective of this he'll face some time, or he's gonna pay like a really hefty fine.
Oh man. I mean, I hope that fine is.
Well, I don't
Oh
think it might
man.
be hefty for him. it might be hefty for us, but like,
I mean, if he can spit out a million, I guess so. 2 million,
yeah,
3 million. I don't know.
he makes that in his fights, so it is
He
what it is.
does.
But let us know what you guys think about this whole situation with Gervonta Davis, whether or not he will be forced, not required, forced to take some time away from the sport because of this, or whether or not he'll still be in the sport. Let us know in the comment section below.